Good morning, boys and girls. Raise your hand quietly if you are super excited about today. This is a big event. We're very, very lucky. So I am going to appreciate you doing your best assembly behavior, which means we're on our pockets and we're not talking to our neighbors. And now we have Mr. Yaquez.
Buenos dias. Good morning. I just want to say a couple words. First of all, I want to thank you from the Salt Lake Education Foundation, Salt Lake City School District, to the parents and all the volunteers, the district staff. You guys are wonderful. Paul Schulte, thank you for all your work. Can't say enough about the parents, and most importantly, you guys, let's give each other a big round of applause. And then we can turn time over at this time to your principal.
Thank you, Mr. Yaquez. So today, boys and girls, we are officially Mary W. Jackson Elementary students and families. With choosing this new name, we recognize that we stand, as the saying goes, on the shoulder of giants. So Mary W. Jackson was a wonderful woman, and you'll hear more about her from her own family. I want to thank our entire community for this being a unifying event. We want to recognize that we also stand on the grounds of the Shoshone, Goshute, and Ute nations. We want to thank Fidelity Investments for buying all of our 4th through 6th graders Hidden Figure books, which the family will be giving out later on today. And with that, I will turn it over to you all. We're going to sing the school song.
I'll
All right, at this time, we would like to ask Ms. Kiana Phillips to come up and speak to the student body.
Hello. My name's Kiana Phillips, and I have a short speech to say about Mary Jackson and the school. Mary Jackson was the first woman engineer to work at NASA, well, black woman engineer to work at NASA. And she went through a lot of struggles, especially being a woman, since women weren't valued as much. And I think she was a very good role model and a good person to name the school after because, well, she was a very strong woman and had a lot of power, I guess. And I think everything that she did and went through shows that you can be whoever and whatever you want in life. If you work hard and never give up on yourself.
Great job, Ms. Kiana. And it should be known that the family is taking her for a spa day today. We will now hear from Emma Houston, who is the local president of Kappa Alpha sorority, which Mary W. Jackson was a member of.
Good morning. Good morning. We are excited to be here today. As your principal has said, Mrs. Mary W. Jackson was a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And we have several members of our chapter here. I'd like Mrs. Dr. Joyce Gray to come join me, as well as Mrs. Frances Battle to come join me. Mrs. Battle is a principal at Nibley Park School. Dr. Joyce Gray was the principal here at Jackson Elementary. We are proud, as far as members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, to have the opportunity to participate in this historical first. Alpha Kappa Alpha was founded in 1908 at Howard University, the first Greek letter organization for college-educated African-American women. We now, in the state of Utah, are the first to have a school named after an African-American woman. That deserves a cheer. That deserves a cheer. Because what your community has said is that we are proud of all of our heritages. And when you walk through these doors now of the Mary W. Jackson Elementary, you know that you are an I Can Succeed student. I can succeed student. I can be a first in something in my community. So your community, your teachers, your principals, your parents have planted the seed of I can. And along with that, they are saying that we will. So on behalf of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Upsilon Beta Omega chapter in Salt Lake City, we are pleased and honored to be here among these family members, among these community members, among these powerful students that you are for a historical first. Thank you so very much.
All right, and now we would like to hear from Mary W. Jackson's family members. They traveled all the way from Virginia, got in yesterday, and they are very excited and touched by this. So please come up, family spokesperson. Do you want me to take it too?
Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning. I'm sure you're having a happy morning today. Yes. Glad you're getting out half day, right? Well, we came all the way from Hampton, Virginia to see you because we are so excited and so happy to have this school named after my mother. Mary Jackson was my mother. And this is my niece, Wanda, and her daughter, Tatisha. That's my great niece. And we all came to see you. This is my husband. And we all came to see you because we wanted to see who these bright young children were and how happy y'all have made us. And we just love children. And that's what Mother did as well. We didn't think that she was anything famous because that was just her life. She worked and that's what she loved. She taught, and that's what she loved. And she loved children. And so, we just want to say thank you for inviting us, and thank you for letting us be a part of your life, because this school will have her name on it for some time. And we plan on coming back. We plan on coming back, because I want to see the one that is sitting right here, graduating and going into middle school or high school or whatever you have there. And we want to see what you can do with what your resources are, what you think you can do. And that's all that Mother did. Whatever she thought that she could do, she did it. And we know that you will do the same in math, and science, and technology, golly, and engineering. Engineering was her favorite. And so we want to see everything that you can do and dream children. Dream about your future. Dream. Don't let your dreams go by. Dream, work on your dream, and continue. Because I know this school is going to be a great asset in the future. And that's not okay.
Thank y'all so much.
Hello, as my aunt stated, my name is Wanda and I'm the grandchild of Mary W. Jackson. I would like to introduce our extended family as well as another organization that my grandmother was a lifetime member of, and that is the Continentals, that have adopted us and we have adopted them as well. They have been with us from day one and have stuck by us, and like I stated, they are our extended family as well as us being their extended family. They are ours. Miss Tanya and Miss Flo, or to us, Aunt Tanya and Aunt Flo.
Good morning. The other organization that came up before is a sorority. I am the past national president of Continental Societies Incorporated, and we are a community service organization. Now, what was not a part of the movie or the book is that Mary W. Jackson was very involved with us. And our main purpose was to help children. And all of you are children. Well, guess what she did? She took her own money, her own time. She paid for uniforms for children in Hampton, Virginia, to have a softball team. She didn't raise money, she gave money. Guess what else she did? Because of her training at NASA, she took a group of young people from a community center and taught them how to build a wind tunnel. Anybody see Hidden Figures? Well, part of the movie showed you that Mary Jackson worked in this wind tunnel. Well, she actually taught students how to build the wind tunnel in Hampton, Virginia. And they were able to use that for their science projects. These are things that we know firsthand. They were not in the book, they were not in the movie. But as her daughter said, she was a very giving person. She would help anybody and everybody. And while that is her daughter, Mary Jackson had about 250 children that she called her own. And at any given time, she would collect more children. Not as foster children, but just children. And what she would do is, if she saw a need at all, it could be for clothes, shoes, food, whatever, she gave. She didn't have to have an organization to do it, and she didn't use one to do it. She did it from her heart. So if any of you want to emulate her, being an engineer, being a scientist, being a mathematician, whatever, but also remember she was a very giving person. And she always loved children. So even though she's not here, she loves all of you. And you are her children. And we thank you so much for naming the school for Mary W. Jackson. And I'm not from Virginia, I'm from New Jersey. But we're happy to be here. And this is Aunt Flo, and she's also a past national president of Continentals. And she came all the way from Portsmouth, Virginia. So we're pleased to be here, and we're very excited, and thank you so much. Did everybody get a bookmark? If you did not get one, make sure you get one. We have enough for everyone. Thank you again, and be happy.
Let's give the family one more round of applause. They came a long way. This is huge. So I hope what you students are hearing today is that you are very important. And everyone in this room that is bigger than you thinks you're very important. And we expect great things out of you. With that being said, the mayor of our city is here to also speak with you.
I'm gonna turn this up a little bit so you can hear me. How's that? Yeah? You can hear that? Who was all part of the group hug this morning? Yay, thank you for the warm welcome. I love that. It was such a great way to start my day. So good morning, everyone, and good morning to you, this amazing family. Wow, what an honor. And this is truly an historic day. It is historic for our city, our state, our country, but most importantly, is historic for all of you. You, the students, who get to be a part of such a big moment in our history in this time. From this day forward, you will work and you will walk in a school that is named after a woman whose story was left untold for far too long. Mary W. Jackson was a trailblazer against seemingly insurmountable odds. In the segregation era of America, Mary endured racism and sexism, she overcame hurdles every day in her goal to become an engineer. She was not alone. Her friends Katherine Johnson and Dorothy Vaughan faced similar injustices, and countless women, especially women of color, face discrimination every day, day after day, for simply being who they were, but yet doing their jobs and living their lives, great, happy lives, regardless of the oppression. Mary could never have imagined that one day her personal story would become a Hollywood film, to no longer be a hidden figure, and to receive mainstream recognition for her tremendous contribution to this country. And I bet she could never have imagined an elementary school in Utah would be named after her. In celebrating her legacy, I can't help but think of the stories left untold by this incredible woman and the world of women during that time. Stories of perseverance, leadership, and talent that are historically overlooked or ignored. Growing up, I personally felt very shortchanged by the lack of celebration of women in my classroom. Stories of inspiring women and their accomplishments were few and far between in the history books that I was given to read. I had to do my own work, digging up stories of women who ran for office or became the first of some kind in the role that they played in our history. Women like Rosa Parks, who was an architect, not an accidental activist, but an architect of the civil rights movement. Despite what many think, she was a leader in that whole entire movement. And we were never really told her entire story. She had been an NAACP officer and organizer for years, and her courage and conviction moved the leaders of the civil rights movement forward. And here in our own backyard, Martha Hughes Cannon, who ran for office against her husband, and became the first woman to be elected to a state legislature. She won that battle. She ran because she knew it was the right thing to do. She was a teacher, a doctor, a suffragist, and the first woman to be elected, even at a time when women could not vote. Yet her story remained untold for far too long. This year, a statue of Martha will be placed in the United States Capitol for the first time to honor her. It is the legacies of these women like Mary and Martha and Rosa. Those stories need to continue to be uncovered and told. And it is a fitting tribute to a remarkable woman and a fortunate reality for all of us that these stories are coming to light. The boldness and fortitude of Mary W. Jackson was outstanding and extraordinary for the time this country was in. I am truly grateful these women and Mary W. Jackson and her friends for their contributions to this country but also for those who sought to make sure the stories were told. As we dedicate this place of learning, we must remember it is our responsibility to live up to Mary W. Jackson's legacy, to share her story, what she fought for, why she kept going, and why it is necessary all of you keep going. Our children will walk beneath her name every morning and be inspired by someone they can see themselves in. It will undoubtedly transform your lives, many of your lives. As a mother of 2 young boys of color, the significance of that impact cannot be understated. And I know many parents share my feelings of appreciation, pride, and gratitude to you and your friends who came up with this amazing idea. And so to the teachers, the faculty, and the administration, I say continue to empower every voice in this school. Share the diverse stories that are what truly make our country great. Celebrate each student's story of success. And recognize that it is the stories like that of Rosa, Martha, and Mary W. Jackson which will hold our children up when they try to achieve their goals and others are there trying to pull them back down. And to every student here, I need you to do something as well. So are you listening? Yes. I need you to tell everyone you go to the Mary W. Jackson Elementary School, right? I need you to work hard like Mary did. And I need you to overcome obstacles and barriers to your own success. I need you to see those as challenges that you can overcome. You can succeed and you can have every opportunity that everyone else has in this life. And that is what we are here to do, is help you succeed. Make sure the example you set matches the incredible honor it is to learn in this building. Your school, your family, your friends, your teachers, and even I will be here to help you. What an incredible honor it is for Salt Lake City, for our entire community, to celebrate the legacy of Mary W. Jackson. Thank you again for inviting me here today to be a part of this historic moment. It is such an honor, and I think you will find that this slice of history in your life had more meaning than you know today. Have a great day, kids.
Thank you so much, Mayor. We will now hear from the board president, Heather Bennett.
Thank you, everybody. I'm the president of the Salt Lake City School District Board of Education. And I just want to thank all of you for being here, all the community members who participated in this process of renaming the school Mary Jackson Elementary School, to our esteemed Madam Mayor, our superintendent, and all of the distinguished guests who've been here and who've spoken. I want you to know how proud we all are of you. And the Salt Lake City School District Board of Education joins together with you in renaming and rededicating Mary W. Jackson Elementary School as a place of learning for all. I just wanted to say briefly that I spoke to a young woman here in the front row and asked her what was the most important thing about today. And she said, Mary W. Jackson was a wonderful student who knew math and was very good at math. And I said, how about you? And she said, I'm good at math too. And that's what I hope you will all believe about yourselves. So on behalf of the Salt Lake City School District Board of Education, representing a district that loves to be first in doing good things in our state and in our nation, we want to thank the family of Mary W. Jackson and all of you, and we look forward to great things coming in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bennett. We will now hear from Dr. Cunningham, who is the superintendent. So she is kind of like the boss of all principals in Salt Lake City School District.
Good morning, students. How are you this morning? Good. You all have done such a wonderful job sitting on your pockets this morning. This has been a long morning, but it's exciting to see you all here. I'd like to thank our mayor for being here this morning and delivering a wonderful message to you. I'd also like to thank our Board of Education who came in and spent time with you this morning. And I'd like to thank Mary W. Jackson's family for coming all this way to spend time with us and to meet you and see the school that is named after their mother, their aunt, and their friend. It is really exciting to have all of these people here. This name didn't just happen overnight. There was a committee that worked to rename Mary W. Jackson School for over an entire year. And we are so thankful for that committee that they came up with this name for this school. There are two people here today who are a part of that committee, but who are here each and every day, and they take care of you, and they make sure that you learn, that you're safe, that your teachers are here every day to take care of you. So how about if we ask your principal and your assistant principal to stand, and we all give them a big round of applause. Thank you. Now, Mary W. Jackson, we are a school, we are a place where we are all going to work very hard. We're going to learn as much as we can. We're going to go to middle school after this, and we're going to go to high school, but we can't do that on our own. We need all the wonderful teachers at Mary W. Jackson to help us. So how about if all of our Mary W. Jackson elementary school teachers stand? Thank you very much. We are so proud of your work, and we are so happy that you call Mary W. Jackson home and that you are here each and every day to help our students learn. You now have a name to be proud of. You are the first school in Utah to have a school named Mary W. Jackson. I want to encourage you to always strive to do your best, never stop learning, and remember, just like Mary W. Jackson, you can do anything you set your mind to. So I'd like you to keep working very hard. Remember that your teachers are here to help you, as are your principal and your assistant principal. Please do your very best to live up to the name of Mary W. Jackson. Thank you.
All right, and now we have a former parent of before Jackson Elementary, now Mary W. Jackson Elementary. She's also our representative on the Board of Education. We're going to welcome Tiffany Sandberg. Before she comes up, I would just like to say, as she's doing the closing remarks, we are going to be getting a new school marquee. It is going to be out front and electronic. We have donation envelopes if anyone wants to donate today. And then also, you guys have done a great, great job. Thank you to Fidelity Investments for helping make all of today happen. Tiffany?
Well, good morning. It's definitely an honor for me to be here. As Dr. Edwards said, I was a parent at this school. Both of my daughters matriculated from Jackson into their next schools. Having been a parent here, I feel a lot of ownership in this school. And I'm so proud of all of you students for being so good today as you sat through this long number of speeches that have gone on. We have a lot of people to thank today for helping make this happen. Your school's community council, who worked so hard over the past year and a half to help make this happen. The Salt Lake Education Foundation, who helped us bring Mrs. Jackson's family to be here today. And how awesome is that? You actually get to meet people who loved Mary W. Jackson. I get kind of emotional, so I'm pausing a lot so I don't cry. I hope that each and every one of you looks to the story of Mary W. Jackson and helps and apply that to your own life. Never give up. Keep learning. You're never too old to learn. And you need to never give up on yourself, because each and every one of you is a very important person, and we all believe in you.
We're gonna take a picture and you're gonna all smile. 1, 2, 3.